The angels are speaking to you with love, asking you to listen with your heart, because there is something important they want you to understand about your special person and the emotions they are facing within themselves. Right now, your person is feeling an overwhelming sense of shame. And this shame is not a shallow or simple feeling. It is a deep collapse of their old identity, a shaking of the very foundation they thought was steady and safe. For so long, they built walls to protect themselves, walls made of logic, control, and fear. They thought they could guard their heart, keep love at a distance, and live by the rules of society, expectations, and the image they created of themselves. But with you, those walls have started to crumble. You have awakened feelings inside them they cannot hide from anymore. And this awakening has brought them face to face with their own truth. The shame they feel is not about you. It is about themselves. They feel ashamed of the way they have handled love, ashamed of the way they have avoided their emotions, ashamed of the way they have let fear guide their choices instead of allowing love to lead the way. The angels want you to understand that this shame is not punishment. It is transformation. What is happening inside them is the collapse of illusions. The life they built on half-truths, guarded emotions, and self-denial can no longer stand. The universe is forcing them to face the truth, to look directly at the feelings they once buried, and to accept that love cannot be controlled. This is painful for them because it feels like destruction. They feel as though everything they once believed is falling apart, leaving them raw, exposed, and vulnerable. But in reality, this collapse is the beginning of their rebirth. The shame is simply the discomfort of their ego being broken down, making space for something real and true to grow. You may have wondered if you are the cause of their shame, if somehow your love has made them feel weak or small. The angels want to be clear. You are not the reason for their shame. You are the mirror that reflects back to them what they tried to hide. You did not cause their inner turmoil. Your love simply revealed what was already inside them. For years they have avoided their emotions, convinced themselves that they could keep control, and built a life around safety and logic. But loving you has shattered those illusions. With you, they cannot pretend anymore. With you, they cannot keep their heart locked away. With you, their soul has been awakened to something bigger, something divine, something that does not follow the rules of the mind. This is why they feel ashamed, not because of your love, but because your love has shown them how much they lied to themselves, how much they denied their own heart, how much fear has dictated their path instead of truth. This is not an easy process for them. Imagine someone who has spent their entire life believing that strength meant control, that wisdom meant detachment, that love was something to be cautious about. Then suddenly, they find themselves in a love so powerful it shakes them to their core. A love they cannot analyze or explain. A love that makes them feel vulnerable in ways they never allowed before. Instead of embracing it, their first instinct is to resist, to hide, to fight against it. And that resistance creates shame. They are ashamed that they cannot remain in control, ashamed that they cannot silence the thoughts of you that flood their mind, ashamed that they are powerless against the emotions that overwhelm them. They feel as though they are losing the identity they worked so hard to maintain, and this loss feels terrifying. But the truth is that they are not losing themselves. They are shedding the false self, the mask, the armor, and stepping into who they truly are. The angels want you to be patient with them. Right now, they are standing in the middle of an emotional storm. Everything they once believed about love and about themselves is being challenged. They may pull away. They may go silent. They may act distant. This is not because they do not care. It is because they do not know how to face what they are feeling. They are drowning in emotions that they never allowed themselves to feel before, and they are trying to make sense of it all. They are asking themselves, what is real? What is fear? What is love? What part of my life was truth? And what part was illusion? This process is confusing and painful, but it is also necessary. Without it, they cannot transform. Without it, they cannot release the shame, guilt, and fear that have kept them from love. Without it, they cannot step into the truth of what their soul really desires. The angels are holding you close during this time, reminding you that this is not your burden to carry. Their shame is their own journey, their own lesson, their own battle with themselves. You do not need to fix them. You do not need to chase them. And you do not need to carry the weight of their pain. What you can do is stand in your own truth, trust in divine timing, and know that your love has already made an impact on their soul. You have been the spark, the mirror, the awakening force. The rest is up to them. They must choose whether to surrender to love or remain trapped in fear. They must decide whether to embrace transformation or cling to the illusions that are collapsing around them. And though this is their choice, the angels want you to know that the universe is guiding this process. Nothing is random. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should. It is natural that you feel hurt or abandoned in this storm. You may have questioned whether you are enough, whether you did something wrong, whether you are somehow to blame for their shame. The angels want to reassure you, you are not to blame. You are not the cause of their pain. In truth, you are the blessing that has awakened their heart. You are the light that has shown them what real love feels like. And because of this, they can no longer live in half-truths. They can no longer settle for less than what their soul desires. This awakening may hurt them, but it is also saving them. It is giving them the chance to live authentically, to embrace love fully, and to align with the truth of their soul. Their shame will not last forever. The storm they are in will pass. When the dust settles, they will emerge changed, either ready to embrace the love they feel for you or forced to face the consequences of denying it. Either way, this transformation is inevitable. Everything that was built on shaky ground must fall, so that something real and lasting can take its place. This is not the end. It is the beginning. The angels want you to hold on to faith, to trust that whatever falls apart now is making way for something stronger, more stable, and more aligned with divine truth. The lesson for you, dear one, is also important. You are being asked to trust in God's plan, to release the need to control, to surrender to divine timing. You are learning patience, faith, and strength. You are being reminded that love is never something to be ashamed of, that vulnerability is not weakness, and that your open heart is your greatest strength. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. Prepared for a love that is real, raw, and capable of standing the test of time. So do not lose hope. Do not mistake this storm for the end. What is happening now is part of a greater plan, a divine unfolding that will bring clarity, truth, and transformation. Trust that love cannot be destroyed, that what is meant for you will always find its way, and that even in the midst of destruction, something beautiful is being born. The angels are surrounding you, protecting you, and guiding you through this. They see your love, they see your pain, and they are holding you in their embrace, reminding you that you are not alone. Your special person may feel ashamed right now, but in time they will see that love is not something to fear. Love is the purest force in the universe, the essence of the soul, the reason we are here. And when they finally surrender to this truth, when they allow themselves to step out of shame and into love, they will understand that what they feel for you is not a weakness, but the greatest gift of their life. The angels want you to know something very important about the person in your heart. They want you to understand that what is happening right now is not a punishment, not a rejection, and not a sign that your love is unworthy. Instead, what is unfolding is a deep inner battle within your special person, a battle between their heart and their mind, between the truth they feel and the fears they have carried for so long. The truth is rising inside of them, and the more they try to push it down, the louder it becomes. They cannot escape it anymore, because your love has awakened them in a way they never expected. This awakening feels overwhelming, and it has brought them face to face with emotions they have tried to bury their entire life. That is why they feel ashamed, not because of you, but because they are realizing how much they have been lying to themselves, how much they have been running away, and how much fear has shaped their choices. For a long time, they believed they were in control. They wore masks, built walls, and convinced themselves that they could keep their hearts safe by avoiding deep vulnerability. They lived by logic, by duty, and by the expectations of others. They thought they could survive without truly opening their heart. But then you came into their life, with your presence, with your love, with your energy. All the lies they told themselves started to fall apart. They can no longer pretend that they are unaffected. They can no longer hide behind illusions. Their heart, which has always been longing for something deeper, is now louder than ever before. And that truth terrifies them. They are ashamed because for the first time they see how much they have denied themselves happiness. They are ashamed because they realize they have been living in fear, fear of being vulnerable, fear of being hurt, fear of not being enough, fear of losing control. They are ashamed because they now know how much they have allowed fear to rule them instead of love. And most of all, they are ashamed because in your presence, they cannot hide it anymore. They feel seen in a way they never expected. You hold up a mirror to their soul, and in that reflection, they see the truth they have avoided for years. That is not an easy thing to face. The angels want you to understand this clearly. Their shame has nothing to do with your worth. This is not because of you. You are not the cause of their conflict. This is about them, their fears, their past wounds, their old patterns. They are at war with themselves, torn between what they know in their heart and what they think is safe in their mind. Your love is real, and they feel it deeply, but instead of embracing it, they feel unworthy of it. They doubt whether they can give you the love you truly deserve. They feel guilty for keeping you in uncertainty while they try to sort through their own struggles. They feel like they are failing you, failing themselves, and failing love itself. This is where their shame comes from. The angels want you to release the weight of this from your heart. You are not here to fix them, to chase them, or to carry their burdens. You are the light that has illuminated their shadows, but the choice to step into that light belongs to them alone. You have already done your part. You have loved. You have been patient. You have shown them what is real. Now the rest is their journey, their lesson, their responsibility. They must decide whether they will let go of their illusions and fears, or whether they will keep hiding behind them. You cannot make that decision for them, no matter how much you love them. The angels also want you to know that they see your pain. They see the way you have questioned yourself, wondering if you are the reason for their hesitation. They see how you have doubted, how you have wondered if there is something wrong with you. But dear child, none of this is because of you. Your love is not the problem. Your love is the gift. You have given them a glimpse of something real, something they cannot deny, something their soul has always longed for. The only reason they are in conflict now is because your love has shown them the truth, and the truth cannot be ignored. What is happening right now is not the end. It is a turning point. Your special person is standing at the edge of awakening. They are being asked by the universe to finally face themselves, to look at the lies they have told, the masks they have worn, and the fears they have clung to. They are being asked to choose love or fear, truth or illusion, openness or denial. This is not an easy choice, because it requires them to let go of everything they thought they knew, to release the burdens they have carried, and to surrender to something greater than themselves. That surrender feels terrifying. But the angels want you to know that this shame they feel is not meant to destroy them. It is meant to transform them. Shame is the sign that the old way of living is breaking down. Shame is the discomfort of growth, the signal that they can no longer stay the same. You are being asked to trust in this process. Do not hold yourself in the darkness, waiting endlessly for them to choose the light. Do not dim your own shine to make them more comfortable in their shame. You are not meant to shrink. You are meant to rise. If they are truly meant to walk this path with you, they will rise as well. They will face their fears. They will release their burdens. They will step into the truth of their heart. But if they choose to remain in fear, if they choose to cling to shame and illusion, then the angels want you to trust that something even greater is waiting for you. You were never meant to be a secret, never meant to be hidden, never meant to be loved in hesitation. You are meant to be loved openly, fully, and fearlessly. This is why the angels surround you now with love, with protection, with comfort. They want you to remember that your worth is not defined by someone else's fear. Your love is not diminished because another person is not ready to receive it. Your path is not delayed because someone else is still learning their lessons. Trust that what is meant for you will always find its way to you. Trust that you are not alone in this journey. Trust that God's timing is perfect, even when it feels slow, even when it feels uncertain. Your special person is in a storm right now. They feel exhausted, weighed down by the expectations they have carried, the responsibilities they cannot release, the guilt that whispers in their quiet moments. They are ashamed not only of how they have handled this love, but also of the life they have built around duty and fear instead of joy and truth. They feel trapped by the identity they created, the one who always has to be strong, who always has to carry others, who always has to sacrifice their own heart. To choose love now would mean choosing themselves, and that is something they have never allowed themselves to do. But the angels are working with them, guiding them, and slowly showing them that they cannot keep living this way. This is their transformation, their awakening, their reckoning, and it is not your burden to carry. You have been the catalyst, the spark, the mirror. Now the rest is in their hands. Will they rise into love, or will they keep hiding in fear? Only time will tell. But whatever happens, the angels want you to know that you will be okay. You will be guided. You will be protected. You will be led into the love that is meant for you, whether with this person, if they are willing to rise, or with someone else who is ready from the very beginning. Love is not meant to be hidden. Love is not meant to be burdened by shame. Love is meant to be free, fearless, and true. That is the kind of love you are destined for, and the angels are preparing you for it even now. So take heart, dear one. Do not lose hope. Do not doubt your worth. Do not question your love. Everything that is falling apart now is making way for something stronger, purer, and more aligned with the truth. Trust the journey. Trust the timing. Trust that your guardian angels are with you every step of the way.